and form his own team. They are the Igala agendas. It's like if the people of Kogi State doesn't want Yahaya Bello, they are recruiting Yahaya Bello in another form. I don't know if you are getting what I mean. That is just the team that are building themselves, and they call themselves Igala. What brand of Igala agenda? They are fake people who supported the evil in the state. So you should know that this same sitting governor, the youth sitting governor, I want to use that word, that the time is done from this thing, he should be expecting that handcuff is waiting when he sign out. And he must look for someone who will cover him. That all those accusations, the same person will come and say, this is not true, this is not, and the same person he played the game with is the same Ododo that he want to bring as governor. I say there is no local government running right now. Even the councillors are puppeteers. I mean what I mean, and I mean what I'm saying. I say the local government councillors and chairmen, so many of them, if you look at them, they look pitied. Because the moment the money come into the local government, it's going back.
The beauty of democracy is the peaceful change in government and the legitimacy of the political space. For participatory democracy, the stakeholders must all be in alignment with the law. And today, with the off-cycle election coming up in the like of Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi State, what particular of what's happening in the Kogi State system of governance and the political understanding of the people. Today with us is one of Kogi people's voices who has an interest in good governance, in the enlightenment of the people, and then the pursuit of dividends of democracy. With us today in Voicetv Nigeria is Dr. Freda, an activist and the president of Kogi Forum for Justice and Enlightenment. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, brother.
We will start with this. Your understanding of democracy and development of people. Tell us what your take is.
Thank you for the opportunity to be on air here today. If you want us to talk about democracy, we have to define democracy itself. Government by the people, for the people, and for the people, and by the people.
That's an extra.
An extra. Now, this is what democracy is all about. That people makes the king, and the king rules the people. That's my understanding about democracy.
The Forum for Justice and Enlightenment, you're the president. What's the pursuit and why that vision?
Kogi Forum for Justice and Social Enlightenment is a registered entity. And we are on the project of justice, enlightening the people socially and otherwise, and mainly fighting for those who cannot fight for themselves, speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, and sitting up the government if they are wrong, so that there will be equity.
Many organizations and associations have actually come out so strong with this way and ended up becoming an arm of one political party or one candidate. What makes your own forum a difference and what to be relied upon?
Because the Kogi Forum for Justice is not a political entity. So we'll not allow anybody to use us. Neither will submit to anyone. We stand as an association that stand against whatever is maladministration or tyrannical leadership, name them, that happens in the state. And we have been on our heels without anybody buying us over, and we will not allow that to happen.
Kogi State has been in the eye of the storm, particularly what you call suffering from what some people in some quarters call bad leadership, bad governance, and bad dividends. Governor Yahaya Bello's tenure is winding down, and I would ask you, as a co-guide, give us your assessment of his administration, and do you think he has actually met with the aspiration of Kogi people and the development?
Thank you. To be candid to the people of Nigeria and hearing and watching us right now, even the deaf, the blind can hear and see wherever there is development. As far as Kogi is concerned, for 7 good years going to 8 years of Bello's administration, I can boldly say here that the citizens of Kogi State have nothing to benefit from it. Nothing, and I mean nothing. Because the state itself is not even running as a system. It's not running as a system. It's running like a family business. Because if it's running as a system, we'll be able to know that all the ministries or the parastatals are working. But go to Kogi State right now, common local government has no workers. No local government is functioning. The local government administrator are the grasses that are growing in the offices. Is that a sign of good governance? No. Now, the chairman of the local government cannot even boast of anything that they are there as chairman of local project. No project.
Yet they are churning out awards.
They are just there for their stipends at the end of the month.
But Kogi State claims they get awards from international bodies for projects that are progressive.
You can deceive people who are far away like international body, but you cannot deceive some of us who are indigenous as citizens of Kogi State. You can't deceive us because we can tell you what our eye sees. There is no one passing through Nigeria, passing through Kogi State from the east, west, south and north that will come out and tell me that he sees something new or something good in Kogi State by this administration. Is it the road? Is it the tyrannical leadership style of our governor? So what is that thing that you want us to talk about that is a development? Or you build a hospital and you think you have a standard hospital and you don't have standard or expert working there, or the formal structure of the state doesn't concern you because you're not the one who built them, they should just collapse like that. Is that an administration? Or the one you are not paying the workers? Civil servants don't receive that, then are you talking about gratuity or pension for pensioners? What are we saying? I can give you example of whether it is 4% or 3% is paying the people of Kogi State after many have died because of screening. Everywhere screening, you hear accident, kill this number of this one, this and that. Is that what we are talking about? That is development or in Kogi State? Any development that does not come up with human capital development is not a development.
In line with that, there's this famous bridge built, Ganaja Bridge, that it was to open up economic commerce of the state.
Are there no roads that leads to the Ganaja Bridge? Have you been to Lokoja this recent? There are roads that lead to the bridge. What about the roads? By the way, the bridge was not his project. That was Wada's project. He has paid almost the money before Bello came on board. That was Wada's project. Captain Ichala Wada I'm talking about. That was former governor of Kogi State. That was his project.
So that project actually wasn't thought about and completed?
No, it was not thought about nor designed by Yahaya Bello. No. He only come to discover that already been paid almost and he has to finish it up and take the glory. And the road linking to Ganaja, which is called Ganaja village, that is linking to the east part or the east part and all that of the nation, south and the rest of that, go through that road. Trucks are stocked there. Small cars are stocked there. Where trucks can be stocked, what is small car? People are now navigating through compounds and anywhere to get to the other way and connect to Ajokuta. There is no road there right now as I'm talking about. You journalists, go and check for yourself. And you are talking about bridge that is bringing to link people. Link where? It's not linking anybody. Where there is no road that is linking the people.
So simply the government of Bello has actually not lived up to expectation?
My people used to use one simple word. They said, check the person who says I can. What has he done? It is an opportunity for this youth governor to exploit and build that legacy for the generation of our youth, to know that we can come into government and do better than our fathers. But Bello has laid a wrong foundation to make everybody believe in the state, in this nation, that the youth are not capable.
The off-cycle election is in the corner, and having understood and been an activist who speaks to power and wanting justice and enlightenment for the people, take us through the dynamics of politics in Kogi State as we prepare for the off-cycle election.
Thank you. The politics of Kogi State right now is explaining itself without argument. APC is the party and is the ruling party in Kogi right now, isn't it? But this same APC is not in the hand of Yahaya Bello. He's only pretending and claiming that the party is in his hand. The party is not in his hand. Let me give you an explanation. If you discover what happened in 2015, if I am very correct, the governorship candidate of APC is Audu, Prince Abubakar Audu, and the running mate is Faleke, James Faleke,
the current House of Rep.
The current House of Rep. Good. They won the election, but that took Audu. Right now, as I am talking to you, as far as Kogi is concerned, brother, for these 7 years, the people who won the election before court give Yahaya Bello the governorship seat have never one day been part of Yahaya Bello's 7 going to 8 years administration. If you ask me why, I will tell you, because I know that's what you're going to ask.
I was about to ask now. They are the same party and they run the state together.
That is what I'm telling you. Once he got that power, he dumped all of them.
Against party wish or in
He's now the leader of the party because he's the governor. So it is when you call those who labor for the party who won their election and you say you become a commissioner, you are this, you are that. How many of those structures have political posts in the state? None. Who suffer for the party. This is 7 years going to 8 years. I think we have about 4 or 5 months now for him to leave the seat. None of these people. Rather, he trampled upon them. Man that acts like God does not need any human advice. That's the truth. He knows everything. If he doesn't know everything, why is the state like that? If he's bringing experts and people who have the knowledge and people who have it, yeah, how will he come like that? How can he even, on a normal note, have the capacity to do that? When all his appointees are people that he can control, the people he can give order are the ones he appointed into power. And if you fail to obey, he takes you out and brings in another person who will follow his instruction. How will he listen to others? Because when one goes wrong, you throw him out. You will not know what is even the cause or reason why he went wrong. So how does he go about those things? It's another question you should ask.
There's this as the election draws near, there's this rumored conversation about an Igala agenda to wrestle power from supposed tyrannical approach of Governor Yahaya Bello. Would this be a true conversation, and what does that portend for the development of not just the people of Igala, for the whole state as a whole?
My brother, I am an advocate that stands against that agenda called Igala agenda. And I can give you millions of reasons for that. There is nothing called the Igala agenda that can work in Kogi State. Rather, it should be unity agenda. It should be Kogi unity agenda. Yahaya Bello ran an agenda all this while. 70% of his Jewish kind of position appointees in the state are from Okene.
The Kogi Central.
The Kogi Central. Not Kogi. If you use the word Kogi Central, you are talking about 5 local governments that are made up of Kogi Central. But I'm talking to you that his main, the kind of juicy position, you know, big places where good things can run from, all those people he put in those places are from Okene.
Isn't that given the picture
one local government?
Nepotism?
That's nepotism. That's nepotism. And someone is coming from another entity, the largest entity, and they are coming to an agenda. What brand of agenda is that? The Igalas are more than every other tribe in Kogi State. Kogi East is more than Kogi Central and Kogi West. And Kogi East, some few persons just came, not just some few persons, came out and said they are on Igala agenda. What brand of Igala agenda is that? This is not Igala agenda, but a selfish agenda. Who are these people, you know, propagating such agenda in the state? Let me tell you who they are.
Enlighten us.
They are still Yahaya Bello's team, because Yahaya Bello is a young man who knows how to use people and dupe them. So those ones were part of those he used and dupe, even from Togri and the rest of that. It came to a point he was going after the same Tog he employed. He used in winning the election in 2019. He started going after them, and they started killing many of them from Ankpa Aziz, Ayangba Aziz, and some other places. And some of these boys have to run away. Now, and he lacks what you call human resource management. You know what I mean? At least if you are using somebody, you give the person money and all that, and keep the person going and take care of the person's welfare, stuff like that. He doesn't do those things. And when these people, when you want to complain, he throw you out. And these ones now discover someone who is another member of the team. These people who are shouting agenda, they are also member of his own team.
So he's just more like an offshoot of Yahaya Bello.
That's offshoot. GYB. They are GYB team members, players. That's the truth. And some of them now pull out and have another candidate from among his own team, which happened to be one of his own appointees in the National Working Committee of the party APC in the Secretariat. Are you get what I'm saying? Now this young man come up and they have been running things together. If you are done, you hand over power to me, and I will continue from where you stop, and stuff like that. And now Yahaya Bello refused to give him the power, and he went looking for those team of the GYBs, which he was part of, and from his own team, they are the Igala agendas. It's like if the people of Kogi State doesn't want Yahaya Bello, they are recruiting Yahaya Bello in another form. I don't know if you are getting what I mean. That is just the team that are building themselves, and they call themselves Igala. What brand of Igala agenda? They are fake people who supported the evil in the state. They are the same people who are used to maim and kill innocent citizens in Kogi State. They are the same people who work for this hunger that people of Kogi State are going through today. On the street, there is pure hunger. The same people are now shouting agenda. What brand of agenda, Igala agenda, is that? Any agenda that is not the unity of the people of Kogi State is a fake agenda. We are trying to combat that of Yahaya Bello having an agenda of the people of Okene, Igala alone, and another agenda come and say that Igala agenda, no agenda to come. This is to split the state then. We don't want that now.
Now, the Kogi's youth have been fingered to be a group of people whose main economic activities have been thuggery. As a final note, what will be your advice to the youth of Kogi, to the elders of Kogi, and to the politicians proper going into this election?
I want to bring you up to this knowledge that water does not stay and get sour on its own, except something falls into it. The Kogi youth became tyrant and stubborn because our elders, politicians, like you said, I should advise, because our elders and politicians are this kind of people that lack that ability to mentor others. There was no mentorship. Because if you breed your kind continues. Even if you are not in power, you know that your kind is in power. Like Bello is planning now to bring his television boy. You know, he's trying to bring television to us, and he will be the controller of the pool. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Remoting the television by telling Ododo, do this, do that, and Ododo will follow and keep doing it. Who is this Ododo? Was this local government commissioner of local government and chieftaincy affair, an auditor in the state. And these are the two places that Bello passes through, and all these things that hunger is everywhere are today. The screening, everything comes through the same Ododo as an instrument. Because Ododo is a man that when Bello say, hey, he's my principal, say, yes, sir. My principal has spoken. We have not even seen him speak. The first time the young man spoke on air, he was said we are all married women so the whole thing went very viral. You know, things like this. If you are giving us someone to come and represent us,
could it be Kogi State people intimidated him?
Yeah?
Could it be intimidation from Kogi youths?
What kind of intimidation is that? If he's vibrant, let him come on air. All of us can talk. What's the big thing about that? There's nothing like that. If he can, let him come. It's something we can do. Let him come. Let him define himself. It's a self-defense. It's not a big thing. You are contesting for something. Come and tell the people what you are doing for. It should not be your mouthpiece. This is the game that is going on ground. And Yabelo want to play a game that he is. After all these people, you made them wealthy. You bring them. You are looking for a way to bring them down so that one person can speak for you. I'm trying to suspect maybe Yabelo is trying to dodge arrest. Maybe there is going to be an anchor. If not, I want to tell you openly that the sitting governor, his property are confiscated by EFCC, both home and abroad. A sitting governor, the wife is on the list of people looking for an arrest. A sitting governor, the cousin brother is on the list of billions stolen. So you should know that this same sitting governor, the youth sitting governor, I want to use that word, that the time is done from this thing, he should be expecting that handcuff is waiting when he sign out. And he must look for someone who will cover him. That all those accusations, the same person will come and say, this is not true, this is not, and the same person he played the game with is the same Ododo that he wants to bring as governor. I say there is no local government running right now. Even the councillors are puppeteers. I mean what I mean. And I mean what I'm saying. I said the local government councillors and chairmen, so many of them, if you look at them, they look pitied. Because the moment the money come into the local government, it's going back. And they'll send them their own pence to continue. And you discover one local government chairman have 20, 30, 100 PAs and SSA. Pay these ones. What kind of development are you expecting? Local government workers are not on any good salary. Some will see 1,000, 2,000 at the end of the month. 5,000 at the end of the month.
Pays a lot of people.
Or pay who? Kogi State is a place that if you talk, Yabelo send people to go and kill you. But we are no longer afraid though, because we are like these people now. We are hungry. An hungry man is an angry man. At least if you do us too much, we too are ready. Nobody is ready. If you want to kill, now carry guns and come. Say you want to kill Kogite so that he can install a successor. What is the success of his own regime? What are the sources before he's bringing a successor? Because successor means someone's success to continue. If I'm very correct, what is the success of Yabelo's administration that is now bringing us a successor? Young man, let's think out of the box. There's something real better than arguing Yabelo is there, Yabelo is there. Yabelo is not on ground in Kogi State. And as far as that party is concerned, APC, Yabelo have divided into three. The original owner and that of the Muri Igala agenda and that of his own GYBA agenda. So you see one APC.
Wow. So your final advice to the youth going into this election?
The youth going into this election, they are all making mistakes. Some few of them, and these ones who are making mistakes are those who have tasted the milk of Togri. Because they believe the simplest Yahoo now, simplest Yahoo in Kogi now, is when you accept to fight your brother for someone who wants power. Then they give you money. That's the simplest Yahoo for our boys now. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying now. So all the youths are going to where they can make money and buy, and that's what they taught them. That's the level they brought them up. That's what they made them believe. So now Kogi needs someone who is not going to use Togri to win election and to rule the state. It happens in the time of Captain Ishalawada. There was peace everywhere. No, you can sleep in your house, go back inside, because he's a uniform man, retired and became a governor. So what does he need boys to go and fight for when he knows the law of security? We don't need anyhow people now, because you just wake up from Yahoo or whatever you do, you make money and you say you want to contest for governor and start spreading the money and carry people along. Those crowds are hired crowd, fake crowds that you thought you can bring them and you want to become governor of a state and carry same youth that Bello used for Togri, killing our brother. And the worst part is, one of them, I used to see him walking in front of the SDP candidate governor, who in my presence killed a young man who come to exercise his civic right. What did the government do? Because they were working for Bello's government, and now they are no longer with Bello, and they are with Muri now, and you can see the battle between the two teams going on in Kogi State. Both of them are nuisance. They are causing nuisance in the state. And that's the truth.
I said the bonus. I think I'll ask for another bonus conversation. What kind of leader, as a final shot, I said it earlier, but I think with what you just, where you laid to rest that conversation, what kind of leader should Kogites look for?
They should look for an experienced leader. An experienced leader. Someone who has understanding intellectually and otherwise, who have been to the four walls of directing other persons in leadership. Not just someone who say, I work with politicians and just want to become governor. No, they should look for people who can bring development. We are looking for, we are all looking for, Kogi is hungry, looking for a man that can save the state. From Togri, maladministration, tyrannical leadership, and this act of bad governance that is happening everywhere in the state. That's who we are looking for. And the elite must come out this time, because they have left this governance of the state in the hands of many hoodlums who just wake up from secondary school, or they don't even go to school at all, and the only thing they give you like produce, stand on the road, stop motors that are coming with goods from the farm, you collect your own money. If you like, give it to the state government, you don't give it to the state government, nobody is accounting for anything. These are the kind of Togris we have in the state. Is that how we continue and the state to be developed? Let me tell you, sir, Kogi State is supposed to be the business hub of this nation, Nigeria. But it has to be that the leaders of the state start it. And both the international community and every other ones will have interest in come over. But is that what is happening now? We don't have leaders. That we need leaders, people who have experience. And among all these contestants, and those ones, the two who are making noise up and down, which is the SDP team and the APC GYB team, those people we are talking about, they don't even have the product of the caliber of person we want. They don't. They are not even up to, I can define them. But I don't have that time. Maybe that you don't even have the time to define them. They don't even have that capacity to lead. Rather, let's go. Go, Honorable, go. Go, Oshama. Go, Your Excellency. You win. You are the winner. People keep pushing. But at the time the whole thing is not going, they say they don't ring or they don't do. This election in Kogi State is not that critical as people think it is. Because the